Y'all, them snacks on that plane was everything, okay?
I'm gonna get 2 good burgers and 2 good shakes, please.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
What's going on, VIPs? How are y'all doing? I am back for another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And on today's video, I'm gonna talk about what I missed about being a flight attendant and what I didn't miss about being a flight attendant.
I missed that. I sure as hell don't miss that.
I decided to do this video because I know that a lot of times when you're trying to figure out before you even get into the flight attendant industry, you wanna know what are the pros and cons. I feel like it's a much different experience once you get out there and you actually are a flight attendant and you come back and you have a reflection on what you liked and what you didn't like, aka the pros and cons, because you can have a completely different perspective as the pros and cons before you even get into the industry versus when you get out of the industry. And I also want to share with you guys information on an interview I was invited to for Spirit Airlines. So I got invited to Spirit Airlines interview in, let's see, where is it at? In Orlando, Florida. This is actually their second time emailing me this, which is kind of weird. The first one they sent me, it was kind of like last minute, like they wanted me to be at the interview session in like 2 weeks, and I'm just like, well, they can't be serious, right? So of course I just ignored it. I really don't plan on getting back into the industry, honestly. I don't plan on being a flight attendant again. And then they sent me this email yesterday. As I told you guys before, I'm done with the whole flight attendant thing. I'm done with it. Plus, Spirit is based in Florida. I live in California. That's on the other side of the country. No, I'm not gonna be based in Florida. Oh God, no, I'm not gonna be commuting from California to Orlando. No, I'm good, boo, okay? So let's get right into this, what I missed and what I didn't miss about being a flight attendant. I'm first gonna start off with what I missed. So I'm gonna first start off with the most obvious, the hotels, okay? The hotels, the company I worked for, it was like a hit or miss. Like there's some airlines you work for, all of their hotels are really, really nice. The company I worked for, y'all already know, Compass, that crappy ass airline. It was a hit or miss. A lot of the hotels, they were okay. And then you had a few that were really, really nice. The really, really nice ones were in Canada, San Antonio, Texas. Those are the only two I can think of off the top of my head that had really nice hotels. Most of the hotels, they were okay. Oh, San Francisco had a really nice hotel too. But I didn't like that. I kind of didn't like the inconsistency of that. Like one day you'll get a hotel that's okay, but it won't have a refrigerator. What? Like, hello, I have food, it needs to be kept cooled. I mean, and then you have some hotels that will have a microwave but no refrigerator, and vice versa. I just really wish the hotels were consistent across the board. I'm pretty sure that's not just because I was a flight attendant. I'm pretty sure just in general, if you were just a regular guest booking a hotel, you'd run into that same issue, of course. But that was very annoying. The really nice hotels, they always had both. They always had a refrigerator and a microwave. And when I'm trying to keep my food cooled and I want to warm it up later to eat it, I appreciate a microwave and a refrigerator, not one or the other. And I got that a lot, and that was super, super, super annoying. Or the hotel would have a microwave like on the 4th floor randomly, and you had to go on the 4th floor in the hallway to use the microwave. I'm just like, who has time to be going to the hallway, taking your plate to the hallway, warm up your food, get in line if there's a line? Like that's ghetto. That's ghetto, okay? What I don't miss, okay? I'm first gonna start off with the company. Okay, the company, I don't miss that company. I do not miss, see, I've learned to separate the profession, the job, from the company in this situation. The company that I worked for, I do not miss them at all. Everything about it was just super tacky. It's just, I just didn't miss it at all, honestly. How I left the company was very distasteful. So I definitely don't miss the company at all. But I do miss some of the things that I did as a flight attendant. So I've learned to separate that. Okay, second, what I missed, the snacks. Oh my gosh, y'all, them snacks on that plane was everything, okay? The Biscoff cookies, they are so good. The juices that they had, they were so good. Oftentimes, you would have first class meals. You would have leftover first class meals. And when you're done with that trip, they would throw those meals away and just restock the meals if you had a trip that required a meal. And so the meals were really good. The breakfast was really good for first class. The dinner sometimes was good for first class. A lot of times I didn't really eat the food because I ate food once. I took it to the hotel with me rather, and I got kind of sick or whatever. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna eat any more food on the plane. I just stick with the little light snacks. For the most part, the breakfast though was really good. The breakfast was bomb. Okay. I do miss that breakfast. And I miss being able to, like when you were done serving and you had a lot of flight time left, you could go in the back, you could chill, you could eat your Biscoff cookies, you could drink your, your cranberry and apple Minute Maid juice. I miss that, okay? Because I will stock up. Don't tell nobody. Okay, second thing that I didn't miss about being a flight attendant. I'm gonna say the same destinations repeatedly. With the company I worked for, this is not for a lot of main lines. A lot of main lines, y'all go to different cities all the time. Y'all go all over the place. The company I worked for, it was regional. We sit on the West Coast for the most part. So a lot of times we visited the same cities. And that got boring because when you go to a city for the first time and you realize there ain't much to do around your hotel, you just be like, well, I'm just gonna stay in the hotel. I'm just gonna stay in the hotel and just chill, and then you go there again the next week, and again the week after that, and again the week after that to the same city. You're just like, okay, I'm over this shit. I don't like this city. It was the same cities a lot, and that got old very quickly. But don't get me wrong, there were some other cities that were great, that had a lot going on, had a lot to do, that you went to repeatedly as well. But a lot of times, for the most part, you went to those cities that ain't had nothing going on in them repeatedly, and that got old very quickly. Moving on to the third, what I miss about being a flight attendant. The flight perks. The perks of flying for free. Of course, that should have been number one. But I didn't really get to experience it much. I was only at the last company I was with for 2 months, so I only got to go home once for free. I really wish I could have traveled more for free. It felt really amazing going online, booking a trip, and knowing that I wouldn't pay for anything, not a dime, not a penny. It felt super amazing going online, booking a trip, and seeing my receipt say 0.00. That felt awesome, okay? The thrill you get in that will make you want to be a flight attendant. Just the thought of that makes you want to be a flight attendant all alone. But make sure you get with the right company, okay? Because you can be with a company and it not be worth shit, okay? Because it really wasn't worth shit when I was with the company I was with, okay? I only went home once, and then when I went home, I got sick, so I really didn't really enjoy my trip. But I do miss that. Moving on to the next thing that I didn't miss about being a flight attendant. Chugging around my luggage. That got really old, like pulling, pushing, shoving your luggage in the overhead bins constantly, repeatedly, especially if you changed planes a lot, and as a reserve flight attendant, that will happen to you a lot, and it gets really tiresome doing that with your luggage. That got old real quick. The delays, oh my God, it just became a lot, okay? But you sign up for that, that's a part of the package deal. You have to know that's what's to expect. When you think about it and then you actually do it, it's completely different, child. Like them delays, oh my gosh, it was really tough sometimes. You really have to have a lot of patience. Okay, the next thing that I missed about being a flight attendant, some of the nice crews. I run into a lot of great people at the company. But a lot of them complained about the company. Looking past that, they were really great people. They were nice people, very helpful people. I talked about this in my last video. I like to give you guys the honest truth. I like to tell you what it is. I like to give you the pros and cons, like really. You know what I mean? Like if I leave a company and I didn't like how I left, I'm not gonna just give you the bad stuff just because I ain't like how they. Like, I'm gonna give you the good stuff too. So the good thing that I did like about the company is that it was quite a few people that were really nice. A lot of them, of course, were women who've been there a while, but they kept it real with me at the same time. They were like, don't be here long. Find something better. Just use this as a stepping stone. Use this as your experience, so you can just so you can put this on your resume and then move on. Don't be here long. Don't do like me, because I got kids. You don't. You single. You ain't got no kids. Like, move on. Trust me. And I really did like that. I really did appreciate that in a lot of the crews that I ran into, being a flight attendant with the last company I was with. Okay, next one. The next thing that I didn't miss about being a flight attendant was running to grumpy passengers. It's kind of expected, you guys. A lot of people just don't like traveling. They get anxious, they have anxiety, and they unload all that on you because you own that plane. And whatever complaint they got, whatever problem they got, whether it's personal, whether it has something to do with whether it has something to do with something happening in the airport before they got on the plane, or something happened to them on the plane before they sat down. People can run into all kinds of different issues, as soon as they get to the airport. It's just chaotic at the airport, And whatever frustrations, whatever anger, whatever they're feeling, they can dump that on you because you're the person that they see. They don't constantly see the captain or the first officer. They see you. They see you walking up and down the hallway. They see you interacting with other people, so they're gonna unload all that on you. So sometimes you just can't take it personally, honestly. But overall, the grumpiness, I really didn't miss that. Also, I didn't miss needy people. Oh my gosh, people just need something all the time. And I'm just like, can't you just sit back, relax, and enjoy the damn flight like everybody else? Why you gotta be the one passenger that's just so needy? You ain't even in first class, and you so needy. You ain't even got the coin to afford to have the personality to be needy. The next thing I missed about being a flight attendant was going to training. Training, you guys, it was the best part about being a flight attendant, honestly, to me. That really was the best part, because I met new people, I made new friends, I went to a different city, I stayed in the hotel for free for a month, I studied with people that I liked, that I gained friendships with. I missed that. I really did miss that. That was fun. It was fun learning together. It was fun collaborating together. It was fun. It was just fun. It was fun. Even though we had crazy hours, you get up super early in the morning, going to class, or they change up your schedule. That was fun for me. That was because I got used to a routine. It was refreshing, and it was nice to have that routine switched up. And just meeting new people, I long for that. I love that. I love meeting new people. I love meeting genuine, good people, okay? Not the fraudulent ones, okay? So that was really nice. I really did miss that experience. The excitement, the butterflies in your stomach part about going to training, being nervous, it just reminds you of going to grade school. It reminds you of going to high school for the first time, for the very first day of high school, or the very first day of college, or the very first day of kindergarten, whatever. That's the feeling you get when you go off to flight attendant training. And I love that. I missed that. That was great. That was a great experience for me. Okay, the next thing that I didn't miss about being a flight attendant, I would have to say, of course, uptight first class passengers. I honestly didn't run into a lot of them, honestly. I ran into a few, not a lot, because a lot of times I didn't work up front in the plane where the first class passengers were. But I definitely could feel the energy. Because the other flight attendant would come to me and complain about what they said to them, that the other flight attendant that worked up front with the first class passengers, they would come into the back and complain and tell me what's going on. So I definitely felt that energy. The last thing I miss about being a flight attendant would have to be saying to people when they ask me what I do for a living, I'm a flight attendant. That feels amazing. I don't know about you guys out there who may be current flight attendants, but that feels amazing. It feels amazing just saying, I'm a flight attendant. I loved saying that. I loved hearing that roll off my tongue, darling. I love that. I miss that so much. I really did like that because people immediately, it's a conversation starter. And people say, people usually light up when you tell them you're a flight attendant. They usually light up. They usually go, it's like, I would usually get a gasp, a smile, followed by a series of questions. And I loved that. It is a super conversation starter. I love saying that to people. I love that. And the last thing that I didn't miss about being a flight attendant, you guys, was the pay. the pay at the company I worked for was it wasn't good at all. It wasn't good at all. And it paid lower actually than a lot of the main lines do for their beginning reserve flight attendants. So I didn't really miss that, because when I got my check, I look at my check and be like, say what now? Because the check didn't match my bills, honey. It didn't match the bills, baby. And I was just like, is this really worth it? But as you advance and as you're there at the company longer, you get paid more, of course. But compared to the other main lines, the pay is low, even when they pay you more. Even when they give you a raise, it's still low, because that's just how it was at the regional company I was with, which was Compass. Compass pays the lowest. If they're not one of the lowest they definitely pay the lowest. All right, you guys, that does it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.